I got a friend that called me up and said, "Hey, do you want to go on an aid convoy to Ukraine?" And I said, "Absolutely not." I have lots of good reasons that makes no sense. There's a war there. We're mid-harvest. I've got 4 kids. But I really felt like a pull on my heart to go and help. And once I started doing some more research on what was happening over there, something that just blew my mind was what Russia was doing to Christians, primarily evangelical Christians in the occupied territories. And when we saw this, I was just so surprised that so few people were covering this. This just was not getting out in the American media. I've never made a documentary before, but I have built teams before. And so as a CEO and as a Marine, I've done that before. So what we did was basically figured out what is the team that can tell this story. So we brought together some of the best film crews in Ukraine, award-winning folks there. We traveled with Stephen and Anya Shvetsova with Ukraine Freedom Project. We traveled the entire length of the front lines from Kharkiv all the way down to Kherson, talking to people. Had an amazing film crew, an amazing post-production crew in New York. And then really the Ukraine Freedom Project was really what the glue and the leg of the stool that really made this work, because they had worked with these Christians that had suffered and built relationships. I can't just show up and say, "Hey, I'm from Colorado. Tell me about the worst things that have ever happened to you." But with Anya and Stephen having these relationships and knowing these folks, we were able to get access that so few people have. And that was really the point of the movie, was not what does Colby think about Ukraine or Stephen or more Americans talking about this. It was firsthand stories of Ukrainian Christians that had suffered under Russian occupation, without a lot of filter, without a lot of noise, just their stories. And we feel like that's what is really gonna sway the conversation here. There's just so much information and misinformation and these kind of things. Firsthand stories of Christians that have gone through this, that works.